Hey folks, Matt Brown, Senior Product Manager at Plotly, here to talk to you today about data sources in Plotly Studio. If you're unfamiliar with Plotly Studio, just to briefly summarize, it's an AI-powered business intelligence tool that connects to virtually any data source you can think of. It builds stunning interactive dashboards and provides advanced functionality beyond what you might expect from your traditional BI tools. It allows you to build charts and graphs just like you would expect, but it goes beyond that, allowing you to build things like multi-chart interactive visualizations, calculators, even simulations, all within a very easy-to-use interface. But best of all, you only use natural language when working with Plotly Studio, so you don't have to know anything about Python to create sophisticated dashboards that can then be shared with stakeholders with just a single click. But today we're talking about data sources, and as I mentioned, you can connect to virtually any data source you can think of. Of course, you can use local files, but you can also connect to databases, object stores, and APIs too. What's novel about the way that Plotly Studio connects to those is that we actually interactively build these connections with you using AI. Rather than giving you a preset list of connectors, you basically just tell Plotly Studio what it is you want to connect to, and it'll start building the connector code for you under the hood. Now, you may need credentials to connect to your data source of choice, and that's fully dynamic. So you tell Plotly Studio what authentication scheme you need, and it'll build a form with those credentials that you need for that specific data source. If you needed something else, just ask for it. And when you enter those credentials, they're securely stored in your OS keyring, and they're securely transmitted to either Plotly Cloud or Dash Enterprise, depending on what you're deploying to. Now, once you're connected, you'll need to query your data, and you can use SQL or just natural language to identify the data that you need. You can join multiple tables together or even blend data from different data sources. Once you have the data in hand, you can transform it. You can use SQL to filter and compute columns, or go beyond SQL and let Python perform more sophisticated data transformations. Again, you don't have to know anything about these technologies to benefit from using them in Plotly Studio. Once you select your dataset and generated your application, you can always go back and edit that later, allowing you to add new columns, adjust calculations. It's all very flexible. So let's talk use cases. You can actually generate sample data, which is a great way to get started with Plotly Studio. Allows you to kick the tires with the type of data that you'll be using without exposing any of your private data until you're ready to make that leap with us. You can simply ask for things like an SAP dataset that includes columns X, Y, and Z. It'll generate that dataset for you, and then you can build a sample application from that. You can upload files that you have locally or point to them using a file path on your computer. You can even join a whole directory of files pretty easily. You can connect to most databases on the market. General rule of thumb here is if you can connect via Python, well then you can connect with Plotly Studio. And Plotly Studio helps you explore databases, schemas, and even join tables through natural language queries. If you have CSV or Parquet files stored in an object store like Amazon S3 or Azure Blob Storage, that's no problem. You can connect to and pull data from sources like those as well. Last but not least are APIs. Now, you could be connecting to and querying a platform or a service that you use, like Salesforce, for example. That's supported, but you may also be using other APIs to enrich the base tables that you're working with. So imagine you were connecting to a daily sales table in a database, but you wanted to enrich that with daily weather information or something using another API. Well, that totally works in Plotly Studio as well. All that is to say, this is a very flexible way of connecting to, querying, and transforming data beyond what many tools do today. And the best part is it's fully dynamic. Again, you can just ask for these things and it will write the code to do it under the hood. No menu diving, no waiting for Plotly to develop a missing feature. You just simply ask for what you need and it will materialize. It's pretty awesome. If you want to try this today, visit plotly.com/downloads. You can download Plotly Studio for free, sign up for a Plotly Cloud account, and then you can even get some free trial credits to try this out for yourself and see if it works for you. If you have any questions, if you hit any stumbling blocks, or if you've got some feedback for us, reach out to us. You can visit plotly.com/contact us on our website, or just use the menu inside of Plotly Studio to speak directly with product management. We'd love to speak with you if you've got some feedback for us. Well, I think that does it for today. Really looking forward to hearing your feedback on data sources, so give it a try and let us know what you think. Thanks, everybody.